A folding knife will get you through a Tuesday afternoon. A fixed blade will get you through a crisis. The difference is not just steel. It is strength, reliability, and zero moving parts that can fail when your hands are cold, your grip is wet, and you actually need the thing to work. That is why serious survivalists, preppers, and military operators all carry fixed blades. Not because they look cool, because they hold up when everything else falls apart. Today, I tested 7 fixed blade survival knives across every price range: battening, carving, chopping, fire starting, food prep, and straight abuse testing. Some of these surprised me. One of them shocked me. And one very popular knife did not earn its reputation. Stick around for number 1. That result I did not see coming. Let's go. Starting at number 7. Number 7, Morinov Garberg. Nobody expects a Morinov to compete with the big American brands. That is exactly why the Garberg keeps catching people off guard. Morinov is a Swedish company with 130 years of knife-making experience. They built their reputation on affordable blades that work harder than their price tag suggests. The Garberg is their flagship full Tang model. The knife they built when they decided to answer every serious outdoor knife buyer who said Morin knives could not handle real abuse. Here's what you are getting: a 4.3-inch blade in 14C28N Sandvik stainless steel, the same Swedish alloy trusted by professional bushcrafters across Scandinavia for over 50 years. High corrosion resistance, excellent edge retention for stainless, and it sharpens back to razor quickly in the field. The handle is a dense polymer that does not flex or crack under pressure. The spine is the sharpest 90-degree edge I tested across all 7 knives for striking a ferro rod. Every single stroke threw sparks. In the test, the Garberg battened through a section of green birch without hesitation. Feather sticks came off clean and fine. Food prep was fast and controlled. Wet grip test, I dunked the handle and put to work. Zero slippage. Here is the honest part. The Garberg is not a heavy abuse knife. If you're going to pry with it, hammer with it, or use it as a substitute for a hatchet, you will push past its limits faster than the knives higher on this list. It is also not full Tang in the traditional exposed pommel sense. The Tang is encapsulated in the handle, which limits hammering ability. But for a sub-$80 survival fixed blade that will start fires, process wood, prep food, and hold up in wet conditions without rusting on you, the Garberg is genuinely hard to argue with. Most knives at this price point make you compromise. The Garberg makes you reconsider what compromise even means. Number 7, and already a stronger knife than most people at this price point expect to find. Number 6, Cold Steel SRK, Survival Rescue Knife. When a knife stays in continuous production for 35 years, it is not luck. The market is brutal. Bot knives disappear fast. The Cold Steel SRK has been here since 1990 because it does the job every time without drama. The SRK runs a 6-inch clip point blade in SK 5 carbon steel, which is a tough, wear-resistant alloy that sits in the sweet spot between edge retention and toughness. Blade thickness is just over 1/5 of an inch. The Cray X rubber handle fills the hand with a grip that is secure in rain, mud, and cold conditions. The whole package is 12.5 inches overall, and it comes sharp out of the box. Actually sharp, not the usual sharp for the price that most budget knives offer. In the test, I battened the SRK through a thick section of dry oak. It pushed through without any flex at the handle junction, which, on a knife in this price range, is the number 1 failure point to watch. Edge held across battening, 30 passes on rope, and a full session of rough carving. Resharpening in the field was fast. SK5 responds to basic field tools without fighting you. The downsides are real and worth knowing. The blade coating wears off with extended hard use. Not a safety issue, but the bare SK5 underneath needs maintenance to stay rust-free. The sheath is functional but rides high on the belt and lacks MAL compatibility in the base version. An SK5, while tough, is not going to match the heat treatment precision of EC's 1095 or Ka-Bar's Crovan at the premium end. $450 to $60, though, the Cold Steel SRK delivers performance that beats knives costing twice as much. 35 years of proof. Number 6 on this list, and honestly, a blade that earns its ranking every single time someone buys one. Number 5, Gerber Strong Arm Fixed Blade. Gerber makes a lot of knives. Most of them are forgettable. The Strong Arm is not most of them. Designed and manufactured in Portland, Oregon, the Strong Arm is one of Gerber's genuinely USA-made blades, and it was built with direct input from military survival requirements. The result is a knife that bridges the gap between tactical readiness and wilderness functionality better than almost anything in its price range. The specs tell the story. 4.8-inch drop-point blade in 420HC stainless steel with a Cerakote ceramic coating that is harder and more wear-resistant than standard powder coats. Full Tang construction. The steel runs the full length of the handle with zero compromise. The rubberized diamond texture grip is one of the most comfortable handles I put through this test. Wet, cold, gloved, it locked in every time. The pommel is a full striking hammer with a glass breaker, which sounds gimmicky until you actually need to hammer a tense steak in the dark with one hand. The sheath is where the Strong Arm separates itself from the competition at this price point. Multi-mount, snap-together polymer system. Vertical on maul, horizontal on a belt, or drop leg style. For a survival knife in a real scenario, sheath options matter more than most YouTube reviewers admit. In the test, the Strong Arm battened cleanly, carved with control, and struck ferro rod sparks from its squared spine without issue. Food prep was smooth. Chopping sessions were handled without complaint from the blade or the handle. The honest limitation: 420HC is a capable steel, but is softer than the 1095 carbon steel options higher on this list. Long-term edge retention under sustained hard use will show that difference. And the Cerakote coating, impressive as it is, does eventually wear through in the same high contact zones. But for versatility, carry options, and military-proven design under $90, the Gerber Strong Arm is earned. Number 5. Number 4. Ka-Bar USMC Fighting Utility Knife. There are knives that get reviewed, and there are knives that get carried into combat by United States Marines for 80 years. The Ka-Bar USMC is the second kind. Formally adopted in 1942, the Ka-Bar has served in every major U.S. military conflict since World War II. Iwo Jima, Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan. Marines who came home brought their Ka-Bars back with them. That is not a marketing story. That is a service record. The blade is 7 inches of 1095 Cro Van carbon steel. The Cro Van designation, meaning chromium and vanadium, are added to the baseline 1095 for improved strength and corrosion resistance. Blade thickness is 0.165 inches, 11.875 inches overall. The stacked leather handle has a double guard that locks your hand in place under force. The clip point profile punches, pierces, and slices without losing momentum. In the test, the Ka-Bar battened through hardwood with authority and chopped brush in long sessions without degrading. The 90-degree spine through ferro rod sparks immediately. Every stroke consistent output. Use the tip for drilling a notch board for a bow drill setup. It handled the work. Here is the honest picture that most Ka-Bar reviews skip. The leather handle is beautiful and battle-proven, but it gets noticeably slick when wet, less secure than micarta or rubber handles in rain or river conditions. For precision bushcraft tasks like fine carving and detailed feather sticks, the saber grind geometry requires more effort than the flat or scanty grinds higher on the list. And technically, the Ka-Bar uses a stick tang rather than a full tang, proven across millions of units in combat, but it is not the same structural design as a true full tang construction. None of that changes the bottom line. The Ka-Bar USMC is a survival knife with 80 years of field validation behind every edge. Number 4. The legend earns its place. Number 3. Ka-Bar Becker BK2 Companion. There are survival knives built to cut. There are survival knives built to chop. And then there is the Ka-Bar Becker BK2, which was built to survive being used as a pry bar, a wedge, a hammer, and a knife, in that order, and still work perfectly the next morning. Ethan Becker designed the BK2 around one philosophy: make it impossible to break under any realistic field condition. The result is a 5.25-inch blade of 1095 Crow Van steel at a 1/4 inch thick, nearly twice the thickness of most survival knives on this list. That is not a typo. A 1/4 inch. The saber grind preserves that thickness through most of the blade, which means the steel behind the edge is a structural wall rather than a taper. The Zytel glass-filled polymer handle locks into the hand with aggressive texture that does not quit under pressure. The full Tang extends the full length and width of the handle. The molded polymer sheath is basic. Most BK2 owners replace it quickly with a nylon option that costs about $10 and is a significant upgrade. In the test, the BK2 was the single most abuse-resistant knife I ran through this entire ranking. I battened through the thickest hardwood in the test pile for a straight 15 minutes. I used the pommel as a hammer on tent stakes driven into clay soil. I pried with it. I dragged the spine across a ferro rod for 50 consecutive strokes. After all of it, the blade was intact, the handle was locked solid, and the edge resharpened in under 3 minutes. The trade-offs are real. At just over 1 pound, the BK2 is the heaviest knife on this list. The thick blade geometry makes slicing tasks, food prep, fine carving, rope work, noticeably more labor than the thinner options below it in the ranking. This is not a kitchen knife. It is not trying to be. Under $80. American design. Indestructible by any field standard I could apply. Ka-Bar Becker BK2. Number 3, and the correct answer to every "what if I really need to abuse this thing" scenario you can think of. Number 2, Gerber LMF2 Survival Knife. Most survival knives are designed for the woods. The Gerber LMF2 was designed for a downed aircraft. That is not a metaphor. The LMF2 was built in direct collaboration with the U.S. military for aircrew survival. The scenario where you have just survived a crash, you need to cut through a harness, break through a canopy, signal for rescue, and start a fire. The design assumptions are not "camping trip went sideways." They are "I need to get out of this wreckage right now." The result is a knife that carries more engineering decisions per square inch than almost anything in this price range. The 4.84-inch blade is 1095 carbon steel, thick, full Tang, with jimping on the spine for thumb control. The handle is electrically insulated from the blade, which matters if you're cutting through aircraft wiring or working near electrical systems. The pommel is a dedicated steel striking tool with a serrated wire cutter built into the base of the blade. The sheath has a separate sharpener integrated into the body. In the test, the LMF2 performed exactly the way its design intent suggested, relentlessly capable across every task. Battening through hardwood was clean and controlled. The ferro rod spine threw consistent sparks. The wire cutter in the sheath is a genuine functional feature, not a gimmick. I tested it on paracord and light wire. The pommel struck tent stakes with the authority of a dedicated hammer. The honest limitations. The LMF2 is heavier than the ESE at the top of this list, and the 1095 steel, while tough, does not come with the same warranty protection. The sheath system is excellent, but bulkier than mall-optimized options. And at around $110, it sits at the top of the mid-range price bracket. But for a knife engineered around genuine worst-case survival scenarios, with military field validation behind the design, the Gerber LMF2 belongs at number 2, and it would be number 1 on almost any other list. Number 1, ESE4 Survival Knife. Here is what I kept coming back to across every knife on this list. Size matters more than most survivalists admit. Not bigger is better. The right size for the actual work. The ESE4 has a 4.5-inch full Tang blade in 1095 high carbon steel, 0.188 inches thick. Drop point geometry. Square spine with a 90-degree edge for ferro rod work. Micarta handle scales with a raised thumb ridge that positions your hand correctly for both power grips and fine work. 8 ounces total. The mall-compatible sheath rides cleanly on a belt or pack strap in multiple configurations. In testing, the ESE4 was the most consistent knife across every category I ran. Feather sticks, the best on this list. Thin, Clean curls that caught a spark immediately. Battening through dry hardwood. No flex, no complaint. Ferro rod sparks. Immediate and reliable from every spine angle. Food prep. The drop point geometry and 4.5-inch blade length gave me control that the longer blades could not match in close work. Rope cutting, 3 strokes per piece, edge held across the full session. The ESE4 was also the knife I most forgot about while wearing it. 8 ounces disappears on a belt. A 7-inch blade at a pound does not. In a real survival scenario that goes longer than an afternoon, the knife you forget you are carrying is the knife you will still have energy to use properly at hour 48. Add the unconditional lifetime replacement warranty, the strongest production knife warranty in the industry. If the ESE4 breaks for any reason, ESE replaces it. No questions, no receipt required, no time limit. ESE4. Number 1. Not the biggest knife on this list, not the toughest, but the most capable, most consistent, most field practical fixed blade survival knife available in 2026 at any price near its range. That is the test result. That is the ranking. 7 fixed blade survival knives. 1 real winner. Here is the fast recap. Number 7, the Mornev Garberg, best value under $80, incredible ferro rod spine. Number 6, the Cold Steel SRK, 35 years of proof, tough carbon steel under $60. Number 5, the Gerber Strong Arm, military-proven, best sheath system in this price range. Number 4, the Ka-Bar USMC, 80 years of combat service, a legend that earns every dollar. Number 3, the Ka-Bar Becker BK2, the most abuse-resistant knife I have ever tested in this price range. Number 2, the Gerber LMF2, built for worst-case scenarios, engineered for aircraft survival. Number 1, the ESE4, right size, right steel, right warranty, right knife. All 7 are linked in the description. Amazon affiliate links. You pay nothing extra. It helps keep Gears Flicks running. If this saved you from buying the wrong blade, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe for more honest gear reviews every week. And drop a comment. Which of these is already on your belt, and which one surprised you in this ranking? See you in the next one. Stay sharp.